Hey guys, it's me, Kenzie Taylor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe. And like and comment and enjoy the sauce.
Hey there, my name is Lilly Bell, and you are watching the Sauce Podcast with Kenzie Taylor, and there are new episodes every Tuesday. He really fucked us over because he ordered us Taco Bell. I was drinking the night before, and so we were at the Tea Awards, so I was like really wasted the night before, and then I've been maybe 3-4 hours of sleep, and then he orders Taco Bell, and then luckily Vanna had Gas X, and then I took that, and then we had a bang out scene, but it was like, I was terrified. I remember I was just sleeping on the couch, and someone would shake me like, Lily, you have to go shoot, it's time, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you think you were gonna like shit yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was not good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. Today my guest is adult film star Lilly Bell. Hi, Lilly. Woo! How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, you look good, so.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the time to come today. I appreciate it.
No, this is such a dope spot. I'm glad to check it out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, how long exactly have you been in the industry? Only a couple of years, right?
Yes. Yeah, not too many years. I signed in 2019, but I moved out to LA in 2020. So I technically say June 2020 is when I really started.
So basically, like, right after COVID was, like, insane. So you kind of started in, like, mainstream sets then when COVID guidelines were a lot more strict, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really weird time period to like start going in the industry. And, you know, my agent was like, you said you were going to move and the industry's opening back up. So are you going to move? And I was just sitting in Oregon and I wasn't doing anything really. I was seeing my sugar daddy, but that's not really like what I would like to keep doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me just make the jump and move, and I'm glad I did. I wasn't happy at first. It was really hard, and then it took 2 full years, and then I finally am acclimated. So
Love that.
Yeah.
What were you doing occupation-wise, like, before?
Did a lot of different types of things. I was a stripper right beforehand, and then before that I was a cam girl, then I was kind of all those things at once. But before I did sex work, I was an administrative assistant for a corporate restaurant company. I worked in restaurants. I worked at Macy's. I worked at Subway. I've, put it to the man.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's quite the jump all over. You're like, I'm gonna start the restaurants and stuff. Now I'm gonna go to corporate.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go to the sex world.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, they kind of plucked me out to do the corporate thing, and I tried, and it was just awful.
Yeah.
So bad.
You're like, no, thank you. So would you say like the whole 9 to 5 type thing is just not you?
Yeah, and it was worse because it was like 7 to 4 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh God.
I
So you're
know.
getting up at like 5
Yeah,
or 6. And,
exactly. That's what was brutal. Mm-hmm.
Terrible. I'm not a morning person. I don't know about you, but
I can wake up on my own, but if it's an alarm that's waking me up, that's when it's not okay.
yeah. Does it sometimes put you in like a bad mood and you gotta like get out of it? Yeah.
Sometimes when I have to get up for porn shoots like really early, I'm like, this is too early for porn.
Yeah.
This is not...
I feel the same way, like, especially if you do anal now, right?
I will be.
You will be, okay.
Eventually.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But like anal, like you have to wake up earlier to prep and all that.
Yeah.
So if they give me a call time of, 8 a.m., I got to get up at like 5.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then you got to consider LA traffic. That's why I say 5, because I'll leave around 7 to get to work on time because it takes like an hour to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it sucks. I'm like in the bathroom, like falling asleep and prepping for anal.
And I don't drink caffeine, so like I'm just
Oh God.
alive on my whim.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
living.
don't drink caffeine at all?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I have really
would
bad
die.
anxiety disorder, so if I drink caffeine, it's not a good recipe for me.
That's kind of how Sean Elf is.
Yeah.
I've got him quite a few coffees before from Starbucks, and he was like, okay, I can't have any more. It's so funny. Well, I looked up your credits just because I wanted to see how many like actual credits you have to date of things that are published, because obviously I know there's a lot of things that are not out yet release wise. But listed on IAFD, which is like the most accurate, you have 221 credits. So technically starting in 2020 on mainstream sets and having that many credits is amazing.
Yeah.
So
and
you were busy.
Technically, that number is not accurate. It's well over 300 because I've looked at that website and there are things that are missing.
Got it.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, I definitely have had more than that.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So over 300.
I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely at this point, it's just, it's a lot. Because if you think about it too, it's been now 3 years, you think 100 scenes a year. Yeah.
And that is a lot. You know, people think that as a performer that we're shooting every single day and, you know, we should have thousands of scenes. And I try to explain a lot, like, that's not how it is. Like, sometimes we'll work 10 days a month or, you know, 15 days or 7. Like,
yeah, my shit's sporadic.
Or, like, there's some months, and I'm sure maybe you feel the same way. Like, there's some months where I'm like, all right, I want to work as much as possible. And then there's the next month where I'm like, all right, I need to like slow down and focus on all these things.
Yes.
Take my time.
Yeah.
Mental health break.
Yeah, and I used to, now I don't feel this way anymore, but I used to, like, if I had 5 days or 6 days without working, I'm like, well, what's going on? Well, I need to be working. And then all of a sudden I'll work like 4 or 5 days in a row and I'm like,
I know.
It's enough.
It gives you really bad anxiety. Like if you're not working and then all of a sudden you work a ton and you're like, okay. And then you stop working again for a few days and I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah. Now I cherish the time off a little bit. Now I'm like, it's okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you were named the 2023 Cherry of the Year through the company Cherry Pimps. What does that mean to you that they gave you that?
It's a pretty freaking big deal and honor. It's just shocking too because like I remember like banging on their door for them to make me just a cherry of the month. Like I remember I was like, please, like my birthday month's coming up January. Like I'm DMing Brent. I'm like, hey, you know. And so it's just really cool to like be recognized in that way. I love that whole team. I loved Connie when she was a part of that makeup team. I also love Sandy, who's part of that makeup team. Brent's wife also does great makeup. And then I loved when Dean was a part of Cherry Pimps. I thought I would eventually, but then, you know, things change. And then now having Scott and Jim, that's really cool too, because they let you do whatever the fuck you want. Like I could just pick whatever I wanted. That was really, really cool.
They give you creative control over all of your stuff.
Yeah.
How many shoots do you get when you do Cherry of the Month or Cherry of the Year? Do you get X amount of shoots? Or?
They're the same, yeah. And then I actually just learned, and I don't know if this is okay to be saying or not, but I think it is because it doesn't seem that secret. But they're not going to be doing Cherry of the Years anymore.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I was the last one, which is a major bummer for me because Anna got to crown me. And so I was like, oh, now I get to crown the next person.
Yeah.
So that's now.
Now you're like, I'm just going to crown myself.
Yeah.
Like,
the final one. Yeah.
So what concept did you choose for your Cherry of the Year shoot?
So I had a lot of different things that I was thinking about in my head. But I mainly just kind of decided to do... Well, I wanted to play on, like, my mask side. Like, I like just dressing kind of, like, tomboyish. So I did...
Hey.
It fits, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's never times where I get to do that. And, like, Anna said it in a good way. I forget how she said it. And I said it in the interview with Cherry Pimps. But it was, like, feminine but also masculine. And... So I was still glammed out, but I was like covered in dirt, and then I had the wrench, and then I like had the ripped up shirt, and then the cargo pants, and then I got fucked in my Doc Martens, which is like
Love
such
that.
a vibe.
Love that. Yeah, that's awesome. Who is your scene partner?
Well, it was supposed to be Alex Jones, and it ended up not being, and then I got to have Zach Wilde be the person, and he's great. So,
nice.
Yeah, really good showcaser.
I guess what went into... what went through your mind, though, when they named you the Cherry of the Year? Like,
I started bawling.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got the text when Scott called me. Well, I didn't cry on the phone to him. I hung up, and then I started crying. Because he'd be like, okay. Yeah.
He's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I just started crying, and I guess it's kind of a feeling of, like, when things like that happen, it's just, like, all your hard work is recognized. You're just, like, because well, we all put ourselves through a lot. So it's just when those accolades get handed to you, it's just, you have to really wear them proudly. So I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, because that's really cool.
Thank you.
I see you grinding.
Trying,
Speaking
man.
of grinding, Grinders, you were the star in Grinders, and they just won AVN for Movie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Isn't it?
How did you feel about that? Because, I mean, also, too, your boyfriend was the director for that movie, and that was like, they're basically, I believe it was Adult Time's biggest movie of the year, other than Stars.
That movie is fucking sick. Like, it really is so cool. And he put so much effort into that movie. Because, you know, now I watched, like, all the effort that he does put in and how he stays up late and it's all this coordination. It's just, yeah, there's so much went into that. And he really deserves to have all A's. Because I saw on the AVN website, they gave, like, 5 stars or all A's for every single category.
That's awesome.
And I was like, it really is that great. And I remember when I was filming my scene, I've talked about this before, so I think it's okay, but it's just like, he really fucked us over because he ordered us Taco Bell. So, like, I was drinking the night before, and so we were at the Tea Awards, so I was, like, really wasted the night before, and then I've been maybe 3-4 hours of sleep, and then he orders Taco Bell, and then luckily Vanna had Gas X. And then I took that, and then we had a bang out scene, but it was like, I was terrified. I remember I was just sleeping on the couch, and someone would shake me like, Lily, you have to go shoot. It's time. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you think you were going to, like, shit yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was not good. But it was funny because, like, that scene with Nathan and Vanna, it just flowed. And then, like, the golden hour came at the perfect time. And it got nominated for XBiz and AVN, which was
Love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
So what was your character in that movie exactly?
Me and Vanna were, like, girls that were, like, degenerate girls that were fighting over Nathan's, like, you know,
fighting over one of the
dudeness.
skaters.
Yeah. And then Nathan's eventually going to prison anyway, so it's not like we're...
You guys are fighting over him, and then he's leaving, and then you're just stuck with each other.
Exactly.
We're in love now. No, that's awesome. I mean, you can never go wrong with those two. And I mean, Vanna just won Performer of the Year, so I mean, she's
so great.
Incredible. I've never worked with her, but I've watched her, and I'm like, wow, she's good.
Yeah, she is.
Or you'll hear, even you, I've been on set, and like, you can hear the person performing in the next room, and you just know, like, you know if that's like fucking good, or if you're like, oh, I feel so bad for what's going on in there, or you don't, or you hear hardly anything, and you're like, what is going on? Are they filming? Like, you kind of like peek around, like, oh, they are, okay.
That's so funny. No, exactly. Yeah, no, I think, well, I think because we're both really good performers, when you start to be around only really good performers, you just know that most of your scenes are going to be really good. Yeah. Which is something that I am coming into more contact with as, like, I start to fuck more of the same people, you know?
Yeah. I think we were talking about that before we started rolling the podcast, but starting to be, you know, pickier about what you're doing, and not picky like, no, like in a negative way, picky as in you want quality over quantity. So would you say that a lot of your work since being more selective has been more gonzo stuff, or are you doing a lot more acting?
No, I feel I'm very pigeonholed to acting. I feel like that is where, and it's so funny because when I got into porn, I thought that I would be a gonzo gal through and through, and so I really don't get looked at in that way at all anymore, which I feel like I make my acting sex scenes gonzo-ish, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like they all, and I always say to myself when I start a scene, I go, you're gonna be slow and sensual. You're gonna make it really sensual, and then all of a sudden it's not happening.
All of a sudden your eyelashes are off and you're deep throating, and it's out from there. Yeah. It's a wrap.
Exactly.
So is it hard for you when you do a sex scene, if you're acting in a feature, to stay in character? Do you instantly go to like nasty girl?
You know, I feel like, yes. Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to think of a time where, like, because most of my characters are usually like would be a nasty girl. Like I don't like I get to play a psycho a lot. So like that. I feel like that. Yeah, like I just played a psychotic person that like kills Jane and Vicky in the Dorcel movie. And when Ricky, because Dorcel was like, well, who do you think would be a good one for that? And Ricky was like, I know somebody. Yeah.
How is that? Like, I mean, obviously, like, I know from being married to someone that also directs, but from your side of things, I mean, because you guys are just dating and everything, like, how is that dynamic? Because is it weird when he's booking you and you're on set and you're fucking and your boyfriend's right there? Or is it just like, another day?
Depends, you know, like I kind of get off on the fact like I I like knowing that he's watching me. Like I find that really, really hot.
Okay.
He doesn't care to watch me, but
Yeah.
he also is like
That's like Seth. He just, all right, you got this, and he'll leave the room.
yeah. But I want him to want to watch me,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like I'm doing this almost in a way like so that you can be like proud of me or turned on by, because I'm a super into praise.
Yeah.
So like I like if we come home and he's like, you did an amazing scene, you know, that means a lot to me. I like that because I care about, you know, what he thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We have certain rules though. Like it's obviously a journey with learning what works, and like, you know, we have a rule where like if a booking is happening, it's not him that's talking to me about the details or anything like that. It's my agent.
Yeah.
Because like things can get misconstrued and you know, so we just go, nope, agent.
I do the same thing. Like I'll be like, no, okay, just send it to Molly. Like I'll just have him send the info, and that way it's they still know like, hey, you're part of everything, because it's professional that way. You know what I mean? And also, like you said, if some info gets like kind of messed up or something, you don't want to have his ass on the line about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, no. So would you say that being in a relationship with someone that is a director is a lot easier than possibly trying to date someone outside of the industry?
You know, probably because he understands my lifestyle. You know, he gets it, and then I understand his. You know, I always said that I probably would not be capable of dating a male talent just because, like, I have jealousy things and I wouldn't be able to handle it. I just know that about myself. And so, you know, it's cool to have someone that is able to accept my job. So like, I guess I know this sounds bad because I feel like I'm like talking about other people, but for me, it's more like, I don't want to put a civilian through dating me. Like, it's like, you know, it's a lot. Like I do a lot of different types of things, the things I see, you know, all the different types of sex work that I do. It's like, I don't know if a civilian can handle that. And there are that can't, there's some that can, but do I want to go through the trial and error of trying that? Yeah. Probably not.
And honestly, it doesn't sound crazy or anything, you saying that. It's actually very mature that you're aware of that. And you're right. There are a lot of people that could handle that, but then there are a majority of people that could not handle that. And
like, I put my mom through it because I have to see how it affects her. Like, you know, she'll have, you know, she's very connected with her friend group and family, you know, and they ask, you know, how's Lily doing? And then it gets put on her, you know, because then she has to respond. And it's not like, do you know what I'm trying to say? You know, 'cause she supports me. And she is, you know, supportive of what I do. And so she doesn't want to make other people feel like she's not, you know, but everyone else around her makes her feel like that. Why did she choose this? Is she safe?
Yeah.
You know, those are all the questions. And so I feel like it's almost unfair to me that I'm putting my mom through that, but it's just kind of the name of the game. You can't really, you know.
My parents kind of dealt with the same thing. Like, I don't know how you exactly came out and told your parents, or if they were like part of it right from the get-go, but I told mine before my first scene like ever dropped, because it was for my third scene, I told them before that dropped because it was for RK, and I knew it was gonna like be all over, because once you're on something,
was it an
Mind
ad
Geek
scene or something? Yeah,
probably it got put like that, but I just knew that it was gonna be all over, and it was a wrap from there. So I told them, and you know, my parents are amazing, super supportive, but kind of the same thing. Like, you know, their friends would always like say things and like, I can't believe you'd let your kid do something like that, and you know what happened, and you know, did something happen in her upbringing that made her be like that? Yeah. And what my parents always say is, she's safe as fuck, she's happy, and she's healthy, and that's all that matters. Like, it is none of your concern what my child does. Right. So maybe I don't know what your mom's name is, but Mom, maybe you could say something like that.
She has. Yeah. And in the beginning it wasn't that way. Yeah. Because she wasn't fully on board with what I was doing, so her fear was showing. So when that did happen, that gave room for people to see that fear and then go, so do you think she, 'cause that's how that happens. And so now, as it's been 3 years, now she really is so fully supportive, and she sees that it's a real job, and she sees the things that I go through. And so now she's quicker to just be like, yeah, and what?
Yeah,
and that's,
love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's cool.
I would love that for you. So what do you enjoy doing outside of filming or being in the sex worker world?
What do I enjoy doing? Well, I have a dog, so I hang out with my dog a lot.
What kind of dog?
I have a golden retriever.
Oh.
Yeah, he's 2. He's a little shitbag.
Oh my God, 2. He's probably so hyper.
Dude, it's nonstop.
Because my baby Frenchie, she's 1 and she's like a nutcase. Like
it just is nonstop. I mean, at any hour of the day, he would be down to play ball, and for hours he would play it.
Yeah.
I mean, he would sell my soul for a ball. He just is a freak about them.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. Like,
is it the squeaky tennis ball ones?
It doesn't matter. It's anything circular.
Okay, because
So if
my
he
dogs love the
sees it-
squeaky tennis balls. That's their favorite. Like, they'll even throw it up and play, like, fetch with themselves. It's weird.
See, I wish you would learn that, because then that would actually help me.
Then your arm wouldn't hurt so bad from throwing so much.
Because, I mean, he will try to play fetch. I mean, he'll put it on me, put it in different ways, trying to get it to happen, and then he'll paw at me, So I feel like most of my life is with my dog. What else do I do? I work out in a way that like you and I were supposed to work out together. So like I've tried to somewhat. I've been doing yoga here and there, but like I feel like I'm getting back into my hiking game. Like the last 3 weeks, I've been doing a lot of hiking.
Oh, nice.
Which is
That's
really
a great
cool.
workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it helps getting outside. Like I just was like, I'm not getting outside enough. So needed to start doing that. I watch a lot of trash TV, like reality TV. Stupid fucking like Bravo. Like I like Below Deck. I don't know if you know what that is.
I've seen it. It's some sort of like boat drama show. Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I do watch some reality TV, like The Love is Blind. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen
Or
Love
the
is
show
Blind.
The Circle on Netflix.
I
really
tried.
want to be on that show. Really bad.
I could see you being on that
But
show.
I want to catfish, and I want to be Michael Boston.
Okay.
Because I feel like I love Michael. Michael, I love you so much. You know this. I feel like as him, like I would totally win. Like I know it. But me going in as myself, they'll be like, oh, look, here's a fucking blonde with big tits. No, she's voted off instantly. Like, but Michael is just so fucking bubbly and lovable. Like, and he has.
What
a
do you
great
love
butt.
about that show? Because I cannot get into it.
I think the thing that I love most about it is I am friends with someone who is on it, and I have asked questions about it, and it's legitimate. Like, they legitimately cannot see one another, are not talking to one another or talking to anyone else. The only way they're communicating is through this fucking screen. And while they're saying like what they want to type, there's people obviously typing it up and sending it through, but it's legitimate. Like, there's no like cheating or anything. Like, it's real shit. How some reality shows, are like fake.
Well, so like Ricky ruins reality shows for me because he used to work on reality shows for porn. So he's like, the producer told that person to go and say that, and blah, blah. I'm like, you're ruining it.
Yeah,
like, damn it.
Well, I just recently had Holly Day on my podcast, and she was on a reality dating show, and she was telling me, because I had asked her, I'm like, was it legitimate or was it like all made up? And she said it was like real, but she's like, there are people on set and they're called storytellers, and that's their job. And I was like, oh, that ruins it for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that for Love Island. I just want to think.
No, exactly. Yeah. No, I love Love Island. I loved that one, and I love the UK version. All the words they say.
They also have an Australian one too.
Yes, I've seen the Australian one. Grant, I remember he's such a fuckboy. That guy in there. Yeah.
That show's so funny.
Yeah.
So what type of content typically do you enjoy shooting nowadays? When you get to like shoot your own stuff, I guess, per se.
Well, for me, when I shoot content, I like shooting content with people that I know I have, good chemistry with. Like, I know that we create good stuff together. I don't want to be shooting content where I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is not enjoyable. Like, I feel like when I started shooting,
You're like, when is this gonna be over? Like,
no, literally, yeah. Like, I told myself, I was like, I'm not shooting content anymore, where I just like feel like this is a trial thing. Like I told myself I was only going to shoot content with people that I know I've already worked with. And now I changed that a little bit. Like sometimes if I see someone being consistent and I know a lot of people like working with them, I go, okay, I'll try that. But God, when I was new, I did some content that why did I do that?
Yeah.
For free.
I think, right?
Well, not for free, but basically,
Yeah. It's you're not on a professional set, which I will say I do like shooting content, but I will say there are some times when you can just tell the vibes are a little weird because it's like we're not on a pro set. So we're either like going to like one another's houses or a location we rented or a hotel room. And it's like, hey.
Yeah.
So here's my test.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get ready now. Like
it is.
And I'm not like a shy person, but for some reason it's different. You know what I mean? It's more intimate. It's a more intimate setting.
Well, and I think it also gives way like for guys to be like hanging out with you. Like,
yeah.
That's like, I can't.
That's the thing. That's the main reason why I stopped shooting. Like I haven't shot like boy-girl content in quite a while because of that. And I'm like, I have zero interest in like hanging out with you or dating you. Like I'm married. Like I don't
in and out.
I don't have time for that. Like I literally just want to do content with you and keep it moving. Professional.
I've heard that some girls have paid the dude his rate and then that makes dudes act more professionally and that helps. And then you
I'll do that.
Yeah, all yourself.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, I'm going to work. And that's it.
Yeah, I with content, it's like, I got into porn because I wanted to be in porn. I didn't get into porn so I could be a content creator. And it's frustrating because, like, as a sex worker, we adapt. We're always adapting. So this is the way that we are now making money for long term. So we will adapt, and that is what I'll do. But it's like, it's exhausting. It's still a second job when we go home.
Yeah. And also, too, it's in a way, it's like, I have an agent because I don't want to do my own bookings.
Yeah.
Like, so then for content, it's like, here I am, like, fucking booking my own shit. And I'm like, I don't want to do this.
No, exactly.
It's so frustrating.
It is.
Like, oh my God. I can't deal with it.
It doesn't even end there because, then you have to do the tech stuff. Like, I'm not fully tech savvy on how to edit, how to maintain my storage on my, you have all
Yeah.
It's a lot.
People don't realize, you guys, it is hard, okay?
Yeah.
Cut us some slack.
No, dude, like yesterday I wrote down, I posted it. I had because I need to upload to ManyVids and Cam Soda, and I started writing down a list of all the things that I need to upload, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was like, I need an assistant. This is insane.
Yeah. It's a lot. It adds up. Also, too, it's like if your internet connection isn't like the fastest, it takes even longer. Sometimes it's taken me like days to upload on ManyVids, and I'm like, I can't do this. What is the most meaningful gift a fan's ever got you? Because you have some pretty awesome fans.
God, I do.
I've signed next to her at Exotica, and some of her one of her fans actually is now a fan friend.
Yeah. Ralph.
Ralph. He went and got us Chick-fil-A. Ralph, shout out to you because I know you're going to listen to this.
Yes, he will. You know he will.
Yeah. So you got us Chick-fil-A and saved the day because we were hangry as fuck.
Yeah. No,
so
Ralph's
that was
great.
Awesome. I was like, okay, I've never had a fan go get me Chick-fil-A. So
no, man, I swear those fans that I've met at Exotica are just like some of the best people. Like and also just the people that I've met at Exotica in general. Like I'm so grateful that I started being a part of that. Some of the connections I made are just like lifelong. But anyway, my favorite present, I don't know, because I'm crossed between something that's really generous and also something that was really just meaningful to the heart. Like,
I guess meaningful to the heart would be.
So Peter, I think on Twitter his name's Peter Whipple, but he has the gray beard and anyway, that really narrows it down. You're like, yeah,
gray beard, got it. I remember him. Yeah.
Anyway, he made me this shirt. It has Mac on it and me, and I don't remember what it says, but it says something about like me and my dog, whatever, and then it has the name Lilly and Mac. Like he got it custom made for me.
Oh, that's cute. So it's like a picture of you two together.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
It's animated, so it's not us, but it's basically a golden. And then,
that's really cool. Like cartoon versions. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that one made me cry. I started crying when you gave that to me.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I will say, so Zach. So Zach got me this pair of pants. it's the most comfortable. So they're pink fuzzy pajama pants, and it has a Frenchie all over it, the same Frenchie, and it literally looks like my baby Frenchie Frankie. Like it looks just like her, same
Cute.
color, everything. Yeah. So that was a pretty cool gift.
Well,
so.
and to be honest, like Zach is such attention to detail that he probably was like, that looks just like her dog.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. I was like, oh my God. And he goes, I know, it's Frankie.
That's so funny.
Shout out to you, Zach. We love you.
That's great.
So what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to and why?
God, I need to do more traveling. I'm the worst traveler. I
I'll
wish I was
I'll take
like
you with me. I
God,
love traveling.
I wish I was like a woman of the world where I just like
Woman of the world.
You know, like
you have your passport?
You do.
Okay.
But I just like my stomach gets fucked up. I just don't travel that well. I don't know what it is. But anyway, my favorite place that I've traveled. Probably I've gone to a lot of tropical places. I really, really enjoyed Jamaica.
Jamaica. Okay.
I like Jamaica
That's a place
a lot.
I've never been.
It was beautiful. The water was really, really beautiful.
Is it warm, the water?
Yeah.
Is Jamaica the place, or is it the Bahamas, the place that has the pigs that you can feed?
Bahamas has the
yeah, and they
pigs,
swim.
yeah.
Oh, I've been wanting to do that, but I heard that they're a little aggressive.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, there's so many places I want to go, though. Like, I want to go to Europe. I want to do all those things. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, you have awesome goals, you know?
Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice that you could give for a woman that's thinking about, you know, being a adult film star or content creating, just in general, I guess, putting herself out there on the internet, webcamming, whatever?
Well, I guess if you're putting yourself out there, first things first is it will be there forever. Your life will always be changed forever. You have to think about what it would be like if you're telling your grandma that you do this, you know.
Yep.
I think to get a little deeper, I remember when I first started, I talked to a woman named Cameron Canella. She was in the industry for just a little bit. She's also from Portland, and she told me if you haven't done any lick of sex work at all, not webcamming, not stripping, I would suggest doing one of those first before doing porn.
Yep.
And she was right about that, and I did that, and I'm glad I did because it really helped me a lot. It gave me a lot of, you know, lessons on so many different things. But another big thing is like once you're in porn, I think save your money, which is something everyone always says. Always save your money. Always make your own first impression. You know, you're going to hear a lot of things about certain people, and you know, you decide what you think about that person. Obviously, if there's a couple things that are like really weird and probably traumatic or problematic or whatever, then take that into account.
Yeah.
But like as far as like he said, she said bullshit, you know, make your own first impression.
Yeah, don't like dislike someone just because of someone else's experience.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a perfect, you know, opinion or advice to give someone. But I will say, I feel like that needs to go for all things, all relationships or, you know, potential relationships in life. Like, just because, you know, you had a bad experience with, you know, so-and-so, my experience might have been incredible. You know what I mean? So it's at the end of the day, I think it's just remaining open-minded and not trying to, the old saying, judge a book by its cover, per se.
Yeah.
So do you have any exciting projects or, I guess, any cool new acting things you'd like to promote?
I do. I have a few things that are going to be coming up. I have something where I don't know if because I don't know if I can fully talk about it, but I'm going somewhere, which will be very, very cool, and I'll be working and doing that, and that is going to be really, really awesome.
She's going somewhere, you guys.
Yeah. I can't say where, but I've never been able to go somewhere for a job that's like not just... Okay, it's hard because I can't fully say, so I'm not able to like say.
I think I know what it is because I just had someone on that brought it up. Is it the Dorsal thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Maya Wolf talked about it.
Yeah.
I think she said it's in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's in the works, so we'll figure that out when that's all figured out, and then unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go with her, which I thought we were going together. We're going at different times, so bummer.
Are you going to be with Ricky?
No.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Yeah.
I would definitely.
I wanted him to
start
come.
learning some French for sure.
Well, that's because I was like, you'll be my safety blanket.
Yeah.
Then but now I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're going to be like, stupid American girl.
Yeah, they really, to anyone that's watching this, that, is there, love you to death, but goddamn, when I went there, they really are like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, even in Montreal, like where people speak French, they were like not liking me speaking English. I complimented somebody on their dog, and they looked at me like, ugh.
Yeah. But if you would have been like, oh, bonjour, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, well, just kidding. Your dog's not that cute.
Your dog's ugly.
Take
it back. Okay, so you have that coming up, and then anything else you want to promo?
Yeah, I have something that I'm shooting with Casey in August. We were supposed to shoot it a little bit sooner, but it's involving a pool, so she wants everyone to not be freezing. So she was like, we'll do that in August. So that's in a little bit. What else am I doing? Honestly, things are just going to start coming up. Yeah, I don't really worry anymore, but those are like the two things that I know are happening right now. And then I know that I'm eventually going to be doing anal this year, and then so on and so forth.
So for people to view your Cherry of the Month and Cherry of the Year scenes, is it on cherrypimps.com? Okay, so cherrypimps.com, you'll see the 2023 Cherry of the Year over here. You'll see her scenes from that and from being Cherry of the Month for, what month was it?
February
of 2022?
Yeah.
Okay, so February 2022. And then go ahead and share with everyone your social medias and, your OnlyFans or anything else you want to plug before we tell them goodbye.
My social medias, my Twitter is @yourfavlil, and my Instagram is bell_of_the_ball, and my OnlyFans is Lilly_Bell XXX.
Awesome. All right, guys, be sure to follow Lilly and keep up with everything that she is going to be doing. And I will see you next time. Bye. Cool. Hi, I'm Kenzie Taylor, and this is FEELZ by Kenzie Taylor. It's a water-based lubricant, vegan, cruelty-free, silky smooth, tasteless, and you're always going to be wet. You can pre-order now by going to feelsbykenzie.com. Order it now.
What's the freakiest thing you've ever done?
Eating pasta in bed.
Not true. You licked my like
Oh, I did, but after I ate pasta in bed.
Why was that so freaky?
I don't know, it was a lot of sauce.